we are heading into episode 8. This is 30 minutes, so they must have to digest a lot. Maybe Hanju will go and find Hamsun, especially after the breaking news, to comfort him. It was interesting that they left it on that moment because obviously he's introverted, so his expressions are minimal, but it's winding up, and yeah. They've made the intro shorter, I've noticed now, so that the episodes are longer.
드세요.
They do not look happy.
아시겠지만 내부적으로 저희가 말이 많아서
About
저희도 뭐 사실 그냥 월급 받아먹고 사는 직장인이니까.
So let's hit
PD님이랑
this talk.
작가님이 결정자죠. 최고 시청률 찍었다면서요. 지금 저희도 기사 잘 준비할 거고 솔직히 뭐 범죄를 저지른 것도 아니고 건강상 문제인데요.
그렇죠.
They don't care.
근데 그게 진짜냐가 문제지. 괜히 나중에 불화설 이런 거 터져서 저희 거 방송하기 전에 사단나면.
But you're blaming the actor, blame the director as well.
그 솔루션 회차에는 안 나오셔도 되는 거긴 해.
에헤이, 저번에 나왔으면 좋겠다 하셨잖아요.
See how the actor's getting all the
저희야
blame?
뭐 화제가 될 것 같기도 하고요.
저 TV엔터 대표 김필현입니다. 노이즈 안 만들게요. 저를 믿고 한번 해보시죠.
Because they don't believe it. They don't care, see? It's more about viewerships, money. They don't want any problems. Notice how the actor gets the blame? Oh, hello.
어서 오세요.
여기가 강서수 만졌던 데 같은데?
Fans.
처음이시죠? 저희는
Yeah, he's gonna get a younger clientele. Fans are here now.
어서 오세요.
So these people better not complain if people are paying.
추천 메뉴는 리가토니 라구 파스타, 오징어 몽골 리조또, 체크 등심 스테이크, 그리고 굴라시인데요. 이 매콤한 헝가리식 스튜 그런
저희 두 명이요.
A lot of cooking. I don't know what they're complaining about. People are there. There's money being made now.
하나로 되세요.
And it's opening people's eyes up to
오세요.
different cultures, different food tastes from around the world. In this case, Italian. He's so organized. Oh, it's gone. Gonna have to start making stuff. He's gonna have to hire help.
안 나오면 그냥 들어간다 바로.
How long has he been stuck in there for?
또 왜? 괜찮다니까.
This actor does such a good job in his little comedic moments.
뭐 하고
He's a great
있었어?
comedic actor.
운동.
왜? 나 촬영도 없는데.
걱정 마. 내가 다 해결해 놨으니까.
You said you sorted it out.
시골 식당 대박
Did you
났잖아
do?
이번에. 형이 그 솔루션 편에도 나가자.
Oh, you.
여길 또 가자고?
Yeah.
장난하는 거야 뭐야?
왜?
No,
멀쩡하게 아무렇지도 않다는 거 보여줘야지.
but he's not okay. That's the problem.
사실이잖아. 제발 했잖아. 맞는데 왜? 맞대잖아.
I like how he's like, because they can make
그것
anything
때문에
up.
하차하는 게 아니잖아요.
아 방송국 놈들 진짜.
Yeah, see, they make up articles to make him look bad
이겨내고
because they want to save
자기
the face of the show.
그럼 또 다 지나가. 형이 그랬잖아. 이번이 딱 기회야.
But does he
안 가,
want that?
못 가. 그리고 너네도 갑자기 이렇게 막 찾아오고 그런 거 하지 마.
He didn't barge in. He knocked on your door.
내가 너네 때문에 외로울 틈이 없잖아.
But also they're afraid for him to be alone because he doesn't deal with being alone really well.
자기야. 마침 전화하고 싶은.
You always say that you wanted to call.
한지우가. 이번엔 또 한지우가.
이장님! 이장님!
Like what happened this time?
이장님?
아 뭐고?
아니 뭐예요 진짜?
아 뭐가? 아 다짜고짜 아침 대바람부터.
What did he do now?
지금이 난린데 혹시 아는 거 있으세요?
당연히 있겠지. 여자 중에 누가 한 명 이상한 소문 퍼뜨린 거 아니에요?
뭐라 했었노? 아 우리 마을에 그럴 사람이 어딨다고?
아 이장님 이거 거짓말이잖아 이 기사.
그래 이거 거짓말이지.
Yeah, but who spread the
기사가
rumor?
들리기 시작했는데.
And it's a lie as well, and unfortunately, it really affects
저 지금
him.
기자한테 전화할 거예요. 괜찮으시죠?
아 괜찮지 그럼 뭐 하라. 아마 우리 마을 사람들 중에는 없을 기다.
You want to bet?
저쪽 그 서울에서 말이 새 나갔나 보네.
But how would they know?
돼요? 서울 사람들이 뭘 어떻게 안다고?
그걸 내가 어찌 알아?
진짜 뭐 얘기 안 하고 맞아요?
없다.
Was it the lady?
아 네 김 기자님. 저 그때 인터뷰
혹시 put a hand up?
정성윤인데요.
Who spread the rumor? Because they were just starting to make a profit, the place. Like, obviously, I mean, it would take time for the restaurant to make a profit, but the town would start. Yeah, see how it was full up and now no one. Just one article and no one's there. That's such a shame that someone would do that. That would just take away from him achieving what he wants to and be happy.
사장, 오늘 엄마랑 있을게. 힘내라. 진실은 밝혀진다.
That was very foreshadowing. That's so frustrating to see it do so well, and then that article comes out and look, boom. Because people are very easy to believe in everything they read online.
아 이거 미친 거 아니야 갑자기? 한지우를 왜 또?
검색 포털 사이트 전부 다 1위에요.
And every search engine, see? It would be.
이거 뭐 방송 진행하는 건가? 이거 진짜 아닌데?
They don't want to film it, do they? They said about it making a headline. Oh, she's finally here.
어머니.
안녕하세요.
Finally.
저 나가 있을까요?
I like that. He's besotted by her and she's like,
오랜만이야 자기.
그 시골식당 솔루션화 언제 나가지?
촬영을 3일
yeah, this is not
찍고
good.
방송은 촬영하고 한 2주 후에.
Doesn't feel like she cares for him.
많이 바쁜데 나 도와주러 온 거야?
그래 다크서클 보이지. 그럼 아직 방송 취소 안 된 거네?
에스프레소 3샷 줄까?
아 아셨어 이미.
Guessing the person who did this might be American because they said cancelled with one L. We used two.
그치.
너네 부모님도 지훈의 부모님 안다며.
Oh, okay.
내부 기자 중에 김 기자라고 그 지우 친구 정석윤 씨 인터뷰한 기자가 말해줬어.
Uh-huh.
그 기자 말로는 지우 아빠랑 그 사기꾼도 다 TV그룹 다니는 회사 동기라던데.
Ah. She's giving you information you need.
아는 거 다.
She's giving us the
고등학생
information.
되자마자 가족들이 귀농해서 하성으로 갔거든.
사장이라고. 아유, 너 지구나.
안녕하세요.
얘기 많이 들었다. 서울 떠나서 생활하니까
아하.
어때? 편해? 아유, 아들 잘 켰어.
잘은 모르지만 지우 아버님 친구이기도 했고.
This is
아이 모르시구나.
convent.
아트가 지면 막걸리 사요.
제가 사야죠 그럼. 뒤로 물리면 안 된다니까. 많이 힘드셨겠다.
Do you know who's very slightly who's reminded me of in terms of how he was able to get them all together?
한 달에 30씩 내시면
Yeah, look, this is how he tricked them. He's a conman.
한 달에 30만 원씩 넣다가
No, he's not like him now. This element changed it
목돈 가지신
completely.
거 있잖아. 가능하면 다 내시면 2배씩 뛰는 거예요.
Yeah, and he took all their money. Went.
아, 어머니 다 들려. 아, 왜 그래? 아, 너 서운해 이러면. 아, 다 믿으세요.
He's got the fake salesman laugh.
동기 중 한 명이 친구 권유로 보험일을 시작하셨다고 들었는데
Oh, what a horrible person.
결과적으로 쥐어 아버지가 소개한 건 맞지만
못해. 너 왜 이러냐? 너 나 못 믿어.
No, can't trust you because you're clearly a con man.
선택이지 솔직히.
야, 윤정은. 동훈아.
범인은 이미 잡혔네.
그니까 완전 루머야. 대응할 가치도 없다고.
There is definitely a
다
reason.
나오는 일 가지고.
But people won't be willing to really search.
진짜 진실을 알고 싶어.
Yeah, a lot of people don't look into the truth.
많은 거지.
You look at what's on the surface, you don't dig deep.
내가 마음이 안 좋아. 지우 부모님이 돌아가시기 전에 우리 집 찾아와서 돈 빌려달라 했다고. 다참마을 빚 갚아준다고.
Yeah, but we also know what your family could be like if we remember him from before.
돌아가시고.
I get that.
몰라. 다 내 잘못 같아. 괜히 시골 식당도 이렇게 될 줄은 알았나. 아 진짜 어떤 새끼야.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna find out.
이거
soon.
일단 옛날 자료들 정리해서
Unless
방송
it-
보내. 방송 취소하지 말라고.
Imagine if it was
중요한 일이잖아.
강수준.
지우도 상처받았겠네.
걔가 몰랐을 것 같아.
뭐?
한지우라면 알았을 걸. 이렇게 될 거.
Yeah, he's.
그게 무슨 소리야?
몰라. 그냥 그래.
Oh,
이유야
I mean, he
모르겠지만
probably had an
걔는
inkling
항상
that
최악의 상황을
something could
먼저
have been
생각하는
spread,
애니까.
but I don't think he was because he seemed so sad at the restaurant.
지우랑은 연락 안 해? 친했었잖아. 이참에 좀.
걔랑 나랑 끝난 지가 언젠데. 연락 안 하면 끝이지.
Oh, she seems a bit bitter
갈게.
there.
나또 취재로
Like, what's
가봐.
going on? Has she heard that they're not speaking on speaking terms anymore?
치킨 시켜놨으니까 먹고 해.
고마워 자기.
나오지 마.
봐서 반가웠어. 고마워. 들어가.
It really doesn't feel like their relationship is strong
네
at all.
피디님. 마침 전화하려고 했는데.
Who does that? I was just about to call you.
아
It's
그거
such a
진짜
fake thing.
아닙니다. 좀만 찾아보면 다 나와요.
About his face. See, here comes all the comments. See, this is the whole thing about people reading into surface things. That's why you always have to have a real look into things.
지우야, 우리가 해결할 테니까 촬영 취소하지 마. 서준이 형한테도 필요한 일이야.
He is very much about business, isn't he? Which is understandable. But what are you two doing here?
장사하는 집 맞나? 와 이래 컴컴한.
그게
아 그럼 일단 그 뭐 아무거나 좀 내와 봐라.
Are you feeling guilty, or just they're trying to make him feel better? Maybe they're trying to make him feel better.
아이고 들어가자.
우리도 뭐나 기가 막힌 걸 남자 뭐 있어?
정통
야.
이탈리아 요리로 다.
나는 알려.
나도
오.
여행 같은 걸로. 아 근데 뭘
무슨
이렇게
치워?
꼼꼼하게 해놨노? 야불 켜라 불 귀신 나온다. 왜 모두 입고 좋은데?
Ambiance. The ambiance.
그 기사 그거 우리가 낸 거 아니다. 어떤 놈인지 이번에 잡히기만 하면 막그 허위사실 뭐고 허위사실 뭐
유포.
그러니까 그 죄로 내가 막 확 천막 불기다.
Yeah, they're protecting him. They're protecting him. We got elements of that before. Remember when they were watching him outside? They feel guilty.
우리 같이 범인 찾아가. 전화 없자. 맞죠?
Imagine if it's him. I'm so curious about who the culprit is. Oh, he's crying. This is a moment where you want to protect him. You want to be there if you're his friend. I don't hug, but you know, I'm guessing that like, I could give him a hug.
나와야지. 내가 피디님한테 얼마나 부탁을 했는데 그 안에 우리가 해결할 거야. 일단 형집 가서 일어났나 확인해봐.
네, 제가 한번 확인해보고 전화 드릴게요. 네.
Oh, he came
짐도
out.
챙겨와야 되고 캠핑카도 다시 가져와야지.
Oh, okay. No, wait. Talk to him. This person's been here for you.
사실 한지우 씨 사건이 하나 또 터졌는데요.
알고 있어?
He cares. And the problem is, as much as even a new article comes out and a lot of people will be back on his side, there's always going to be people suspicious and will make a comment. Oh, it's a camper van. I was looking at the other cargo. He's back. He wants to protect him. He wants to look after him. Look at the snow. You could hear it crunching against a car.
여기에요.
안녕하세요.
네.
눈길이라 좀 늦었어요.
아, 괜찮아요.
It's interesting about the passing of time here. I'm never certain how much time has
친구가
passed.
아주 멋진 기자거든요. 좀 바쁘긴 하지만. 그래서 저희가 콜라보로 할 일이 좀 있는데요.
콜라?
아니 마시는 콜라가 아니고 그 이장님이랑 저랑 같이 좀.
Yeah, he's trying to be business-like here. He talks.
네, 시골 식당 솔루션판 들어가 보시죠.
No, they are back.
안녕하세요.
야, 얼굴이 홀쭉해졌네. 그간 개발한 음식들도
He's really needed him, actually.
퓨전 음식으로다가 강선 씨 여기 앉으시고. 야, 기대되는데요.
Look how many people are watching them film just in that space. Oh, the food looks so good.
된장 파스타, 참나물 리조또, 감자 피자전입니다.
야, 메뉴가 확 달라졌네.
Well, you did suggest that it should be changed. Well, let's see. Is it missing something, or is it really good?
그 여기에 크림을 좀 넣어보는 건 어때요? 지금은 된장 맛이 너무 강해서 된장찌개에 그냥 파스타면 넣은 것 같은데.
강서준 씨, 확실히 살아있네.
실례합니다. 이 마을 이장입니다.
Get yourself on the channel, yeah.
해가지고 저기죠. 요구르트 하나씩 더 좋아했어.
아유, 잘 먹겠습니다.
That was very smart of them to get him in there.
예, 선생하세요. 예.
That was so smart.
선생하세요. 야, 인기 많네.
Because they never do.
저기에, 아이고, 안녕하십니까. 우리 지호가 이 꽃감을 좋아해가지고. 지호야, 이거 네가 다 땄잖아.
Yeah, they're trying here. I have to give it to them. They really are trying here. We know why.
김순자 감 파이팅!
Actually, this would make for a great episode. People would find this very endearing.
재밌네.
저 아이디어가 하나 생각났는데 그 주민들의 농산물을 이용해서 특정 요리를 만들어
Making
보는
local
것 같아요.
produce
뭐 예를 들어서
represents the
이걸
village.
이용하면 땡땡 할머니 곶감 샐러드 뭐 이런 식으로.
와, 우리 프로그램 취재도 잘 맞는데.
That's actually really smart. Really, really smart.
안녕하세요. 사과즙을 이렇게 고추 아니에요?
But they that was really sweet, but really smart as well. Yeah, you two need to talk. Are you gonna say thank you? He's smiling. Look, the corners of his mouth went up.
괜찮아?
That's nice to hear someone ask if you're okay.
할 거면 하나만 해. 난 신경 쓰지 말고 네 걱정만 하라고.
Can't help it. They're worried about one another.
내 옆에 있으면 네가 위험해진다며. 맞는 말이야. 우리 부모님도 그래서 나 떠난 거고, 그렇지?
Ouch.
너도 나 때문에 결국 안 겪어도 될 일 겪었고. 근데
But I'm not sorry I met you.
떠났으면 안 다쳐야지. 사실 아니라며. 사실 아닌 일에 왜 가만히 있어? 그만 웅크리고 좀 제대로 살아.
I do agree with that. He's so inside of himself. Break out a little bit. She's watching her first love. In love with someone else.
기어코 너 보고 가래?
네, 그냥 마지막으로 할 일이 있는데.
대체 거기서 할 일이 뭐가 있대?
한지우 씨도 그렇고 서준이 형도 그렇고 두 분 다 안 좋아 보이던데.
아이 몰라. 싫어.
대표님.
Okay, well you've got to hear this.
저 할 말 있는데.
What are you gonna say? Was he the one who sold the story? Was he doing it so they would talk and get back together?
술 한 잔?
We have really seen him descend into just being really sad.
키밴드 대표님이
Look at him.
이장님이랑 마을 사람들 다 찾아가서 얘기한 거야.
고마워.
난 한 거 없고.
Yeah. She's just telling you what happened. Wrong shift in emotion.
외롭겠지.
That's why she looked at him. That was the same look she had.
나 너한테 잠수 타고 미국 가서 바로 남자 사귀었거든. 미국 처음 가서 또 너무 불안한 거야 상황이. 그래서
But-
내가 괜히 집착해서 질리면 어떡하지? 엄청 걱정했단 말이야. 근데 걔가 나한테 미친 듯이 집착하기 시작하는 거야.
Yeah.
난 하고 싶은 일 찾아서 공부도 열심히 하고 놀러 갈 때도 많은데.
But
근데 그때 네 생각 많이 나더라.
of course you would.
아, 한지우가 날 사랑하지 않은 건 아니구나. 원래 사람 일은 겪어봐야 안다고 하잖아.
That is
그래서
very true.
그때 네가 불행하게 바라는 기도를 멈췄지.
It's because she started to understand it herself. As you get older, you do understand things.
늦게 알아서.
그러라고 한 소리는 아니고.
He's not meaning it like that.
좋은 일이지.
Look how sad he looks.
네가 이해할 수 있는 사람들이 더 많아진 거잖아.
Yeah.
강서준은
She knows.
이미 모든 걸 다 느끼고 다 알아. 그걸 연기로 표현까지 해.
Yeah, it's true. That is true. You can see it through his acting.
그래서 지금도 그냥 알아주길 바라는 거야.
One
근데
day.
이번 건 강서준도 너무 어려울 것 같은데. 너 강서준한테 가려고 여기 다시 내려온 거잖아.
So he could come back to him, find himself,
아니면-
find themselves.
아니면 아예 완전히 끝내려고 이런 일 일어날 거 다 알면서 방송 출연하고 그런 거야?
Yeah. He did.
봐. 5년이나 사귄 나도 모르겠다 이번엔.
She's such a good job at acting. I think she's understanding
나는
the
그와의
let go.
연애를 알아서 흘러가는 대로 뒀다. 언제나 그렇듯 방어적으로. 강서준은 나에게 1년 정도로
But it
충분한
wasn't. You
사람이었으니까
wanted more.
내
You were just
인생에
afraid to go for it.
그만큼만 함께해도 평생 남을 사람이었고 나는 그에게 1년 안에 사라질 사람이라 생각했다.
Ah. He believes himself only worthy of 1 year. That's not how it
그러지
works.
않길 바랐으면서 어쩌면 강서준이 죽어라 힘들길 바랐으면서
He has.
또 벽 뒤에 숨어버렸다.
He doesn't value himself at all. He really doesn't value just how important he is to people. Oh, you're going to see all these messages. Product placement. He kept the pictures on a different phone.
지우야, 폰 꺼놓고 대체 어디야?
It is all the messages.
지우야, 제발 가지 마. 한지우, 대체 어디서 뭐 하고 있니? 내가 뭐 많이 잘못했어? 말해서
And he
풀자.
thought he would just forget about him in a year.
난 너랑 있었던 시간이 다 너무 좋았는데. 메리 크리스마스 이브. 오늘 크리스마스인데 뭐해? 난 혼자 있어.
It's true he never sought anyone else out.
넌 줄 알고 달려나갔는데 아니네.
I like that they're showing us this, so we can get
혼자
a clear
있으니까 너무
image.
심심하고 외롭다.
Is he there hiding?
집
Oh,
이사할까?
that was interesting that they had the camera angle there.
이사하면 좀 괜찮아지려나? 넌 왜 떠났을까? 근데 나 네가 괜찮은지가 궁금해. 네가 괜찮았으면 좋겠다. 잘 살고 있지?
That's something I like about both of them. They both asked how the other one is
맛있는 거
doing.
많이 먹어. 오늘은 해먹지 말고 사 먹고. 그리고 오늘은 한 번만 안아봤으면 좋겠다.
This actor does a really good job because we've not seen him be emotional. He's very closed off. This is the most emotion we've seen him show this entire series. I was also just really captivated by that scene, by watching it play out. I am so curious who was spreading those rumors, and was it intentional to get Kang Soo-jun and Hanju back together so they would talk, they would seek one another out because they knew the other one was hurting? And it's technically what they were thinking doing. Again, I think this really, like, I just felt, you feel like your heart's broken for Jiu. Seeing him cry twice in the episode and showing those emotions where he doesn't really let it out, and him being honest about him being defensive. And he thinks so little of himself. To think that having this person in his life for just 1 year, he'll never forget him and everything he brought with it, but that he could just be forgotten and this person would move on. And it shows you he's been downtrodden by a lot of people. So I really like what the villagers did coming together. I mean, we have seen the chief and the grandmother. We have seen elements where they do watch him from outside and have shown concern. We've seen it a couple of times here and there when they're watching him outside. Frustrated with them last episode. This episode, at least we got to see them try to help him out. You can see it's guilt. Plus we got to see what happened with that con man and what he was doing, and then obviously his parents died in that car crash, and they could never truly resolve it. And that's the problem, isn't it? When you can't resolve things, and so they've held on the villagers to resentment instead of forgetting that he was a kid. Because obviously they're going to blame the parents, they brought this person in, but it was up to them. As an individual, you can't keep blaming what happened there on them when you've that was there's a lot going on. They came back to obviously taste the food, and obviously a little bit of critique, and there's nothing wrong with that. That helps you improve, and it was such a good segment. That segment would be a great to view, like if it was a real episode of something, because it just the sweetness of the villagers and also the smartness of what they did. It was very, very smart. It's just, everything going on. I'm just so curious about who spread that article rumor, because it felt like they were giving us a clue when two people were in the car, but I don't know. It could be the little girl, because she said the truth will come out. And then him having that conversation with her, and Chonson, I can't remember her surname right now, but them having the conversation, and I think her understanding, of how their relationship was different, and it was in the past, and the relationship he has now. I think it's also her understanding that he really is in love with someone else, and it's a different type of love. Him admitting that he put up a defensive wall, him looking at the old pictures that he did keep and that he probably has been too afraid to look at because of the hurt, but knowing he did have all these messages and that he wasn't forgotten, he was cared about, he was loved. But that's a big issue we've seen throughout, where he's always felt alone. He's always felt unworthy. He has an inferiority complex, and it's very clear. He feels he's holding him back, but Kang Sung-jun doesn't feel like that. And we know he doesn't like being alone. He's quite clingy, and they deal with stuff. They have very common traits, but they also have different traits, but they deal with it in different ways. And there's a lot of issues they need to sort out, they need to talk about. You just feel your heart breaking at that end part, the end scene. But they really have been putting them back on this path to getting back together. That's what I feel anyway. Like it's highlighting how much Jiu does love him and what he was going through, what they're both going through. And now it's just about them talking, communicating, helping one another to understand, to speak. But then there's also that issue that they've always had to hide, because I mean, you don't get that freedom being in a same-sex relationship. It's career destroying. And so, do they live their lives in the village, happily there, away from everything? Or do they come out and see how it destroys his career? Or maybe it helps it, but it's a hard thing to think about, because you have to think about the people in the country, not the international people who would have a different opinion. I have to say, I think this is stronger than season 1. I think they did a really good job. It's very hard to make season 2 of any show work, because people have very specific ideas of what they would like. And I feel like they're doing a good job here. They're allowing you to feel every bit of emotion and side with people at different points, disagree with them, agree. Also the comments. I think the comments were very telling about just general people. Like, people take articles at face value. They don't really read into stuff by what they see, and they leave comments, as you saw, like straight away. It was just these comments with people not really knowing the truth of the matter, but then it's, oh, this article must be true. And that's something that I think we all fall into a trap of when we read something. And people love to have an opinion. That's just how people are, especially in this day and age. And it's a story. The 24-hour news cycle. very, very strong, bittersweet, heartbreaking episode. And then we have the last two. Only two more to go.